Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Rebecca Murray.
Thank you. It's 2019, a beautiful Friday in May. As I drive up to the hotel, give my keys to the valet. Thank you. I'm at the Bellevue Marriott. Ooh, marvelous. I wheel my way in through the revolving door, step onto the marble floor, and there should be music right here. A little bit of muzak, do you hear it? There it is. Right on time. And as I make my way to the front desk, I think, isn't it wonderful that someone else is paying for my stay? My valet. And to hear what I have to say on a stage tomorrow, right here in town. Yes, I have made it. I've transitioned from a VIP, very important presenter, as all Toastmasters are, to a VIP, a very important paid presenter. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels not real. Not yet, anyway. Because as I hand my credit card to the front desk clerk, I know that I'm the one paying for my stay, the valet, and my way into the District 2 conference tomorrow, where I will compete in the international speech contest. But as I make my way up to my room, I think of all of the yeses that I have said through my years in Toastmasters, to have brought me to the place where I am trying on that VIP persona, and it does feel good. It does feel right. It does feel like my next step, my next yes. The only problem is I don't have a path. I have no idea how to get there. But let's talk about you and all of the yeses that you have said so far, even if you've only been here for a couple weeks, in Toastmasters. Let's build a list together. Now, we've already talked about the fact that this list is endless. We have someone in this room who's been with us for 60 years. You ready to play a game? All right. We're going to play the Toastmaster bobblehead game. If I ask you a question, you have an answer in the affirmative. What gesture will you give me with your head? That's right. This is a Toastmaster bobblehead right here. Let's build a list of opportunities in Toastmasters together. I'll forget some. When I do, you can call them out. We'll add them to the list. And if you've said yes, then you do what? Nod your head. Okay. And for those of you online, I welcome you to let your fingers do the talking, and you can add to the list that way. Okay, ready to go? I will say there are some folks in here who have not said yes to Toastmasters. Not yet. What? I know. So for you, thinking in your life the equivalent of what we're talking about here, because you've likely had some speech training, some leadership training, so you can nod your head, be part of the crowd, right? And then you can always say yes to Toastmasters later. Sure, there are plenty of people willing to take your application right here in this room. Okay, here we go. Ready to play the game? All right. If you said yes to Toastmasters, nod your head. Yes to Pathways. Yes to the old paper Confidence Communicator Manuals. Yes to club service. Yes to club leadership. Yes to advanced clubs. Yes to more than one club. Yes to service in your area, your division, your district, your region. internationally. Yes to a conference. Yes to a convention. Yes to speechcraft. How about that one? What am I missing?
Youth leadership.
Yes to youth leadership. Thank you. What else?
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship, mentorship,
Coach.
district, yes, club coaches. What's up?
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker, very good. Okay. And we could go on, and when you think about the number of times you have said yes to some of these, right? Don't you feel like a bobblehead now? So this was where I was. I was thinking of, at that point, nearly 15 years in Toastmasters, and all of those yeses bringing me to my next yes. And I could feel what it was. I just had no idea how to get there. 24 hours later, my back is against the wall. I mean, literally against the wall in the front of the convention room, along with 6 other speech competitors. We're like sitting ducks up there. We've already competed. We're waiting for the results. Will it be me? Will it be me? I hope it's me. Now, let me tell you, at that point, I've been to the district stage 5 times. And at home, I've got this little collection of trophies. I've got a 3rd place, district place trophy. I've got a 2nd place trophy. What am I missing? Yes, to round out the set. Is that too much to ask? So I'm sitting, I'm waiting. Leah Matangelo is sitting right here. We're looking at each other like, I hope it's me, I hope it's you, I hope it's me. 3rd place, not me. That's fine. 2nd place, not me. Also fine. 1st place, not me. That is so not fine. Now, I don't know if you've ever met anyone like me in your club. Someone who wants something so bad for so long, and they don't even seem to come close. What do you say after something like that? It's awkward, right? Awkward. Don't look at her. Don't talk to her. Just leave her alone. Leave her alone. As I make my way through to the back doors, I felt like Moses parting the Red Sea. People are just like getting out of my way, you know, except for 2 brave people. The first one, Roxy Stimson, comes up to me, takes me by the shoulders. She's shorter than me. Rebecca, there's always next year. Roxy? Okay, Roxy. She's not that short. Roxy, there is not going to be a next year. This was the year. I am done. This is it. Next brave person, and she was club growth director at that time. Next brave person, Baxter Kent. Now, I don't know if Baxter's online today. I did call him. He promised to be here. Baxter, you know, cool, calm, collected Baxter Kent.
Baxter Kent is online.
Baxter, you and I have relived this moment time and time again. Baxter confidently walks up to me, looks me right in the eyes, and says, "You want to know why you lost now or later?" Only in Toastmasters can you have friends like this. This also tells you something about our relationship, right? Yeah. We are very close. We've known each other for a while. And if you want to know the pure gold that Baxter gave to me in that moment, you'll have to come to the workshop this afternoon. Because, remind me, I will tell you what he said. Now I make my way back to the hotel room with a headache to beat the band. And that night, I could not sleep at all. I had a case of the woulda, shoulda, couldas. You ever had those? Try to sleep through the woulda, shoulda, couldas? Woulda done this, shoulda done that, coulda done this, didn't do that. I woke up in the morning, and here's a song that popped into my head. Last night, I didn't get to sleep at all. No, no. Thinking about the contest, what a waste of time. What is my next yes? That was on my mind. Oh, last night, I didn't get to sleep at all. No, no, no. For those of you who know that song, I know that's what you're thinking. No, no, no. But the other thing that was on my mind was this program that I used to watch as a kid, very popular in the 60s, 70s, even through the early 80s. This one right here. The Wide World of Sports. Who watched The Wide World of Sports? Who remembers that? Yeah. I'm just going to play the very beginning. Here we go.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sports, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sport.
This show is on my mind because here's one thing that I've learned of all of the years in contests, which mirror real life, as it turns out. Now, raise your hand if you've been in any kind of contest. Could be a spelling bee in grade school, could be a track, could be anything, or Toastmasters contests. Most of us have been in a contest of some sort. Now, you know how it is when you're ramping up for a contest, right? You have hopes. You have expectations of yourself, and either they work out and you have a moment of victory, I am victorious. But this feeling is fleeting, is it not? It's like your 15 seconds of fame. So it's like, oh, I'm so excited you won first place trophy. Okay, what's for dinner? Is it meatloaf or mashed potatoes? You know, it's great. It's a nice remembrance, but the feeling fades pretty quickly. But the feeling of defeat. Now, you might call it agony, the agony of defeat. What I've learned to call it is the energy of defeat. Because that energy, would you not agree, is powerful. It lasts. It lingers. And if you channel it into something new, use your creativity, you can step into your next yes, and you won't even believe what you are able to do. Leave the woulda, shoulda, couldas behind and step into the energy of defeat. That's what I had learned how to do through Toastmasters contests. When I didn't win, when I didn't come in first, when I thought someone had made a big mistake. And I was familiar with this feeling. And I knew my next yes was about to come. One very smart thing that I did along with some of you is that year we had a keynoter, Cheryl Rausch. She's not only a DTM, a Distinguished Toastmaster, she's a CVP, a Certified Virtual Presenter, as am I, but she also has an AS, an Accredited Speaker designation. This is a Toastmasters program for people like me then who wanted to step into paid speaking. It gives us an actual roadmap of how to do it. If you follow this program, by definition, you become a VIPP. I'm like, I'm all in. We paid a little bit of extra before the conference for this session to meet with Cheryl in a little hotel room, and it was busting at the seams with Toastmasters. Raise your hand if you were there. I know that Baxter was there. Okay, we had a number of us. Remember the energy in that room? That room was buzzing. Now remember, I hadn't had any sleep, but the energy that came in, like I'm just soaking it up like a sponge. So here's what I learned about the accredited speaker program. It's a Toastmaster sponsored program for Toastmasters in good standing. It is a 3-year running, basically, catalog of your speaking engagements. So you have to have 25. 15 must be paid. 10 can be non-paid. So we have fee, we have free. They have to be to a variety of audiences within this 3-year period. At least 20 people in your audience, non-Toastmasters audiences, okay? Non-Toastmasters. And I thought, great, now I just need to figure out what I'm going to talk about and who I'm going to call. And this is what I was thinking on the way home. My mind was spinning with possibilities. Now, what I did, I felt like was one of the smartest things I did, is I hired Cheryl for about 8 or 9 months. So I would go out, I would get these free gigs, I would record them. I was always carrying around my tripod and my big camera and my mic. I would send the video to Cheryl. We would have a meeting. She would review it and give me some tips, like, okay, in the professional speaker world, do this, don't do that, those sorts of things. Very helpful, very helpful. So that was, now we're in 2019, right? 2019. And I'm starting to get these, I'm starting to fill up my list. Now you might be wondering, like, well, how do you do it? How do you get in front of those audiences? Because that's, for most people, that's the biggest barrier. We can sort of figure out with help what we talk about, our expertise, and this is sort of what we'll talk about in the afternoon session. But how do I get in front of those audiences? Well, first, let me just ask you, do you have value as a speaker? Do you? Okay. You are VIPs. You are VIPs. You have a message. You can speak. You can hold audiences' attention. Yes, we can always do better at this. Always, always. The most famous, the highest paid speakers can always do better at this, and they know it. Those are the best ones, by the way. Can you think of audiences or groups, organizations that would say, nah, we don't need a good speaker here? What are the organizations that might say yes to you? Can we build a list? Rotary's one. Chamber of Commerce, thank you. Kiwanis, those are, yes? Lions Club, churches, even corporations. Even corporations. And this is how you do it. You put your one sheet together, what your topic is, you put it in a format that professional speakers use, and then here's the secret. Listen closely. You ask. When can I get on your schedule? When can I get on your schedule? And they'll tell you when they can put you on the schedule. It may not be till next year, but you call and ask. When you have value, you send it to them. They're like, wow, this looks like a really interesting topic. I bet our members would love this. And it's free. So you get in front of these audiences, you get testimonials from them, they refer you to others, and this is how you build your speaking business. Like any business. You build your reputation, your repertoire, you get better as you go, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But how do you transition to be a VIPP? See, I was still at the end of, so now we are at the end of 2019. The start of 2020, I had a Kiwanis. I looked back at my schedule. Kiwanis, Rotary, and Chamber. I had those 3 on my schedule. I was giving those presentations. And then what happened in February? The pandemic, yeah. How do you think that affected the speaking industry? Shut that down. Shut it down. And we all went online. Now, one thing that I had in my favor is that I had a video production company at that point, just like John Chen did. And John Chen, as it turns out, we met years later, we both did the same thing. We had the skills to help people. This was a thumbnail from a silly video that I put together to market my class. my workshop, Master Your Virtual Image, my goal back then was to help people showcase their shine online. And how many people needed help doing this? People still need help doing this. This is how I started my paid speaking, by having something of value that people wanted and were willing to pay for. Just those three things. So I did that. Now we're 2020. We're toward the end of 2021. In October of 2021, I have 3 more speaking engagements to go. Now, I didn't tell you the deadline for accredited speakers is always January 31st of every year. So if you miss the cutoff, you have to have your 25. 5 of those clients have to fill out a pretty detailed review of you and send it directly to Toastmasters International. You're not even supposed to see it. And then you have to also submit a video. This video goes in front of 5 judges. You have to score at least 80% of 4 out of the 5 judges. So I was putting this together. I was 3 speeches short. It's now a Friday in late October. It's cold, it's dark, it's raining. I'm sitting at my desk getting some work done. I get this email that comes through. You've got test results. Now, I had just had a breast biopsy a few days earlier on my right breast, and I've been through this before. It's never been any big deal, ever. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll look at the test results, go to my chart, and here's the top. Malignant carcinoma. Well, they've obviously got my results mixed up with someone else. That was my first thought. But it was real. It was the real deal. And I thought, I have come this far, and I've worked this hard for my dream. I was not willing to let it go. I will not let cancer derail my dream that I've worked on for almost 3 years at this point. Overnight, I went from having no doctors at all to 4. I had a surgeon, a plastic surgeon, yes, an oncologist and a radiologist. Yes, those 4. So my world just turns upside down. It becomes one appointment after another. And fortunately, my mother would come to almost every single one of them. It took us until Thanksgiving to find out what we were looking at. This cancer was the size of an egg in my right breast. Now, I always say, I have 3 egg breasts, they're not that big, okay? So what they explained to me was okay, if we take the cancer, we can't just take this. We have to take this much to make sure we get it all. So basically, you're left with this, and that's not a good look on stage, I want to tell you. So I had to make some decisions, an incision decision about what I was going to do for me. And here's what I decided. I want to get this out of me as soon as possible. Don't just take 1, take 2. Take 2, because I don't ever want to have to think about breast cancer ever again. So we scheduled a double mastectomy right before Christmas. And I want to tell you, I was not prepared at all for the pain. I mean, it was debilitating. I couldn't use my arms. I could not do anything for myself. I decorated the house for the holidays, and we had bought this recliner chair, and that's where I sat day and night, in that chair, basically immobilized. I'd wake up 2, 3 in the morning, look around and see the twinkling lights and the flowers that people had sent, the stockings that were hanging on the hearth, and I thought, I am so fortunate. I'm so fortunate that I've gotten to this point in my life, and I've never had to face anything like this. I was filled with gratitude. Gratitude for my life, my future, my family, for you. Many of you sent me cards and followed up to see how I was doing. I mean, who has a life like this? I was thinking, I never want to let go of this feeling. I want to carry this through my life with me. 2 weeks go by, I'm starting, I can move, I can take a shower by myself. I'm starting to think about, now it's January, those last 3 speeches. And whether I should just let the dream go. Should I just let it go? Because it's perfectly reasonable, right? To let it go. I mean, look what I've been through. 3 more speeches. Should I try? What can I think of? This energy of defeat idea came back into me, and I had a creative idea. Our Division A director, Aaron Long, good friend of mine, started a women's empowerment conference in Skagit County in 2018, and I was one of the founding folks that, sort of helped, and I've always been involved through the years. So the conference was coming up in February. I called Aaron and I said, listen, why don't we put on a 3-part workshop program, pre-conference, that people can sign up for, pay for, on video marketing, how to show up online, how to produce video, sell video, all the things. We gave it a try. I put it together, the titles and descriptions. She sent it out to her list, and we have people signing up. 20 plus people in each of those 3 workshops, non-Toastmasters workshops. So I made it. I know. And what a feeling to send all that in right at the last minute. It takes them about 4 months at Toastmasters to go through all the materials. You send $100 in, and for all the judges to look through things. And in May or June, I got an email back that said, sorry. I know. I didn't make that the 80%, 4 out of 5 judges. And they explained all the reasons why. And I was disappointed, but I wasn't feeling defeated like I had before. Because what I realized was I had made it. I had made my goal of becoming a VIPP. I was a paid presenter at that point, yeah? So I thought, I'm happy. It's wonderful to know that you've worked hard. Like it was a means to an end. That program, that path was a means to an end. Now, don't you just love a good full circle moment? They do make great stories, don't they? I bet you've told some of them in your clubs, the full circle moment stories. We just love that, how a story wraps up and takes you back to the beginning. Now, do you remember the hotel that we were at in the very beginning? The Bellevue Marriott, that's right. We're at the Bellevue Marriott. The year is 2024, just 5 years after I said that first yes at that conference. I drive up to the hotel, hand my keys to the valet. Thank you. And as I wheel my way in through the revolving door onto the marble floor, I think, isn't it wonderful that someone else is paying for my stay, my valet, and also paying to hear what I have to say on a stage tomorrow in front of 650 people. I have made it. I am a VIPP, and it feels good. It feels right, and it feels very real. And I think of all of the yeses that have brought me to the place that have helped me accomplish my dream, a dream that I was able to accomplish because of all the yeses in Toastmasters. My friends, the path to paid is paved with one yes at a time. The path to your dreams, your ambitions, your opportunities is paved with one yes at a time. So let me hear you. Will you say yes to more speaking in your clubs? Yes. Will you say yes to speaking opportunities outside your clubs? Will you say yes to club leadership? Will you say yes to speech contests, Matt? He's still saying no. We'll get him there. We'll get you there. This is the most important. Yes. Will you say yes to the energy of defeat? Because we're going to channel it into something new and wonderful, right? And when you ask yourself, is this where I belong? Your answer is yes. Madam Toastmaster.